Hey Virgo, thanks for being here. I'm Cal, this is Working with Resonance, and this is a general tarot reading for you right now. Welcome. Let's see what we've got coming through for you today. Seven of Wands. Breaking down some barriers, it feels. King of Swords. It's really interesting in a way, Virgo, because once the King of Swords comes through, this feels like it's an external energy. Feels like someone's breaking down your barriers, your walls, your comfort zone. They kind of flip the script on you somewhat. They've got a very pleasant nature presenting here. They're doing it very kindly, I'd like to say. I'm a little bit curious. Okay, yep. We're just going to put them there, apparently. I am curious. Let's see how this unfolds. Virgo. Got Leo frequencies, Mars frequencies, Libra frequencies, Neptune frequencies, Uranus frequencies all presenting here. Anything else here? No? Come on. All right. We're leaving those there. One more shuffle, apparently. And then we're still going to do this, apparently. Virgo. Well, they're going to rock your world. That's how it feels with the Tower. This is a Christ-like activation that they're bringing through here, or that is able to come through once they start taking down the brickwork of your defences. Now, they may not necessarily be doing this intentionally. They could just be, you could just be having random conversations with them, and there's something that they're bringing through their vibrational transmission that is just breaking down your defences. It feels like you've got a really strong fortress. I'm not sure why. Not sure how it came to be, Virgo, but that is what is presenting. Yeah, you're very comfortable in your little bubble. Nine of Coins or Nine of Pentacles. Very much in your Virgo energy and your feminine frequencies as well. Coming through is very independent. Very content with where you're at. Beautiful. But there is a wall. It has been built. It has been constructed to protect you in some way. Unfortunately, it is now coming down. There's a really interesting way that they're getting me to do your reading, Virgo. Changing between shuffle and cut, and now we've got a cut and a card. Right. Right. This is something that you have put out there. You have put it out there. It feels more that it is something that you set in place before you came into this incarnation. And the time is now that the activation for it is coming through, is activating, truly. But it does feel like it's universally driven. That's probably got cat hair on the table, sorry. Cats may be important. Um, where was I? Universally guided, yes. I'm caught in the lunar frequencies that are presenting here as well. Hopefully that will become a little bit more clear as we go along. What else is coming through for Virgo, please? Who is this King of Swords? Perhaps a romantic connection with the Knight of Cups. Yeah, they have a very pleasant nature. This King of Swords that's presenting here. It's a very pleasant nature. I can't describe it any different way to that. Perhaps very old-fashioned in their traditions, in their mannerisms, their view of the world, almost as though they are in the wrong decade. They're very optimistic. They see the world very optimistic, and see the world very differently to most people, it feels. Activating for you. The Fool. Yeah. Bringing through this new desire for exploration, I guess. Courage to step outside the comfort zone, to step into the new, step into the unknown. Whereas it feels like perhaps these barriers that you've put up are kind of your safety zone. You know everything in that zone, in that bubble. You have contingencies, you have everything kind of structured. Whereas whoever this King of Swords is for you, breaking you out of that comfort zone, but they're doing it in such a way that you don't feel paralyzed by fear, right? They're very, very gentle, really coming through. They're very kind, very gentle, but they have a bunch through their vibrational transmission to help you release the old storylines, the old narratives, the old defense and coping mechanisms. Yes. They're helping you see things very, very differently. Bringing that light activation through to remove the fear, allowing you to see through that. They're connecting you to something within you that, where are we over here? Something within you that you haven't known about yourself previously, that you haven't experienced of yourself previously. Yeah, you could have a moment where you just feel like you're completely mesmerized by what's unfolding and by this individual, but it feels really good. Nine of Cups, breakthrough time. If you felt like there's something that you've really desired, that you've really passionately desired, then you could have a breakthrough with that. If it's something that you've kind of been working at trying to bring in, but it never seems to quite make it to fulfillment, something always comes up, it gets in the way. There's going to be a breakthrough here. It feels like it's through a change of perspective. Now, you've still got a lot of Leo frequencies coming through. Yeah, Mercury as well. So, what else have we got? The Ten of Wands. The release here is just phenomenal. And the activation is so intense. Yes, you're definitely feeling a really strong connection. That before now, you probably wouldn't have allowed yourself to feel, but there's this kind of gateway opening through the defenses and into this connection. Two of Cups. You could see this person as a kind of a reflection of you, very aligned, very similar ways of thinking, ways of being, similar. It feels very familiar, and yet to begin with, it possibly feels like you see things very differently. That's a really interesting thing. I'd be curious to know how that unfolds for you, Virgo, over the next 6 to 8 weeks, you're saying, for you for this reading. Anything else for Virgo? Any context around this King of Swords? Clarification of the Five of Wands, maybe? Oh, Six of Cups. Somehow they really convince you to give things a go. They really do bring a different view of things. You know, the Five of Coins here is presenting that there may be things that are being released, or the acquired beliefs and values definitely have been instilled, it feels, through childhood, through a parent. But there's something that happens when you become aware of that perhaps there's something that you do that you suddenly become aware of. Hang on a minute, that's not what I did. That's not me. That's my parent coming through. It's something that occurs energetically that triggers almost an immediate manifestation of what it is that this phase of your life that you're moving into is all about. So whatever it is that was contracted before you came here or that you've tried to manifest, take it however it resonates. But there's something in the awareness of what's yours and what's not yours in regards to potentially a parent, grandparent, or other family member, that once you kind of have that realization, there's an instant manifestation. And there's also a significant shift within you where you experience presence, beingness, full connection with source energy, unconditional love. Yes, also bringing through unconditional love for the parent, for yourself, through that self-reflection that is triggered here. Sorry, take care of you as this unfolds. Virgo. It's all very nice. It is all very nice. It's coming soon, not too far away. Not too far away at all. So, yeah. So just be patient with the wheel. The interesting thing about the Nine of Swords is the message that you're kind of leaning into the fear. You're recognizing it, that this is something that's caused you fear in the past or been afraid of or felt anxiety about in the past. This time you're kind of leaning into it. There's a curiosity about what's coming. What's coming is something magnificent. It's going to happen very, very quickly. It feels once it starts to gather momentum, and you've had these, particularly the Five of Coins breakthrough. Everything else is going to move very quickly. Feeling very, very resonant. Absolutely beautiful. That is your reading for today, Virgo. Hope it helps in some way. Thank you so much for being here. Lots of love. I'll see you again soon.